long before the DVR and even before the DVD, we all had VHS cassette tapes, which you played in VCR. However, growing up, we never had a VCR. Now, you could rent a VCR at the video store for like $5 a night, and you'd go there and you'd pick out your movies and you'd rent a VCR, and it came in a ginormous case, and you bring it home, you hook it all up, and take it back the next day. Like I said, growing up, we never had one. We didn't even have cable, We used rabbit ears. But my grandmother did. And for whatever reason, one particular Saturday morning, I wasn't going to be at home. So I was going to miss, of all things, the Ninja Turtles. This couldn't happen. It was a complete travesty, Because cartoons only happened on one day, during the week. And you got to get up early, like before you would normally get up for school early to watch them. Anyway, I digress. So I called my grandmother on our phone company issued phone, and she picks up, and I'm like, "Hey, Grandma, how are you?" And she's like, "Oh, I'm doing fine." We have our little chit chat, and then I went to ask her if she would record the Ninja Turtles on her VCR. And as I recall, I had a hard time trying to remember what the VCR was called. I'm like, "Would you record the Ninja Turtles on the the VCR?" And she paused for a minute, and she's like, "Well, we don't have a VCR." I'm like, "Of course you do. I've seen it. I've used it before. We've watched movies at your house." And she's like, "No, you haven't." And I'm like, "No, really, we have." And then it kind of slowly dawned on both of us that we didn't know each other. And that this wasn't my grandmother. And I was not her grandson. And I was like, "I'm sorry, I think I have the wrong number." And she just laughed. She's like, "Oh, it's fine, sweetie," And I'm like, "I'm so sorry," And our conversation lasted for, at least 5 to 7 minutes, longer than this video is, before we realized that we were not kin. So, nevertheless, I ended up calling my grandmother. She recorded the Ninja Turtles for me, and travesty was averted. But it's April 8th. That's the vlog for the day. Thank you. Have a good night.